Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another apartment renovation. Today I'm renovating 131221 Chic Street in the fashion district of San Myshuno, and this is going to be sort of a studio apartment that is more of an autumnal vibe. I didn't overly decorate this space for fall or autumn. It has, I think, one little cluster of pumpkins, but I wanted it to feel like really warm and cozy and kind of give you the feeling of this season without it being overly decorated, if that makes sense. So I really hope you will enjoy this build. If you do and you'd like to download it, it will be available in the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi, and that information will also be in the description down below as well. So I started by putting down some random placeholder furniture just to get an idea of a layout, because it was all pretty much going to be one room other than the bathroom. And so I decided the kitchen was going to be over here. And at first I was thinking I was going to use the new counter set from the newest stuff pack, Home Chef Hustle. But I, in the end, didn't like this over here. I wanted it to be a little bit more cozy. So I ended up using a base game one in the end, but we keep this one for quite a while and try and make it work. And so ignore that. But this is where the kitchen is going to be. And there's going to be a dining space in this kitchen, as well as like a bookcase, and you can see where I put the couches, and those were placeholder at first, but I actually really love the couches that I ended up using in here. They're from the Book Nook kit, and I just think they are so cozy, and I think having love seats in this space made the most sense since it is a pretty small studio apartment. But here I am still using the Home Chef Hustle counters and playing around with what sort of backsplash I want in this area. I try a few different tiles. I'm pretty sure I do keep this one in the end, which is from Parenthood. It's one of my favorites, but as you can see, I didn't pick one that's necessarily autumnal in colors. I just wanted one that made sense for all year round, and that was the idea for the apartment. It's very warm. There's a lot of browns in here, but I feel like it's fine all year round, and I don't know. I feel like whenever I do autumn builds in the game, I overly decorate them, so it was kind of refreshing to do something that was a little bit more simple like this. But here we are back in the kitchen space. I did scale down this shelf from the Seasons expansion pack. I thought it looked quite nice in here. And then we're trying to figure out a coffee table. I kind of bounce around this whole apartment since it's all one big room. I kind of go back and forth between focusing on the living space versus the kitchen, the bedroom. So apologies if that's a little bit difficult to watch. Hopefully it's not, since it's a pretty small space, and I did make sure not to have this footage too fast. But over here, I ended up having a little nook. I originally was thinking it was going to be where I had a closet, but I deleted that and decided to make this an office space instead, which I thought looked so nice. I love this light that I scaled down from Eco Lifestyle. It has some autumn leaves in it, and we have this beautiful wood backsplash in that area. And then I'm trying to figure out chairs for the kitchen table. I'm pretty sure I completely changed that table out, as well as the counters, which I'm switching out now finally for these base game ones. I just think they work so much better in this space and really get that vibe I wanted it to go for, or like the space to have. It feels a lot more cozy in here. And I don't know, these are one of my favorite cabinets in the game, one of my favorite countertops in the game, and they're just base game ones. But I feel like they go so well in so many different interiors, so I always like to use them. Also, I still just feel like I constantly want to talk about how good this fridge is that came with Home Chef Hustle. It's so simple and fits perfectly in every kitchen, and it's probably just going to be my new go-to going forward. It's just so perfect. But anyway, I do swap out the table a few different times, and I end up going with this high top one from, I think this one's from Discovery University, and I just get some of these like high top chairs here, some of these stools, and then I'm bringing the curtains into the kitchen as well, and getting a little pendant light up above the table. That one is a mason jar light from Parenthood, and it just also felt really cozy. I liked the little elements in here that maybe don't entirely match, but the idea that like things were collected over time, or like little DIY elements like that mason jar light. It's not like super fancy and nice, but I loved how cozy it looked in this space. Let me know if you understand what I mean or not. But then I put some of these shelves over here in the kitchen up above the stove. These are the like pack of 2 shelves that are together that came with Home Chef Hustle. And I just put some plates and books and spices and stuff up here. I just tried to clutter it up with some realistic kitchen clutter. And I think it looks quite nice in the end. I also got this little plant. This is like the best plant in my opinion. It's small. It's got the trailing leaves coming off of it. It's just so beautiful. And then, of course, getting a bread box up here as well. And that's most of the decorations in this space. I will also be getting some cutting boards because I always have to put those in every build. I've mentioned this a lot of times, but in case this is the first video you are seeing, or maybe the 10th or something, because I don't say it all the time. The reason I put those cutting boards in like every kitchen is they're a piece of clutter you can use that doesn't fill up a counter spot. So it gives you decor, but you can still functionally use that counter. And it looks really nice. So they've kind of become my staple, and I put them in like every build. We even have an emote of those cutting boards over on my Twitch channel. And speaking of which, if you'd like to join us, I do stream 3 to 5 days a week over on twitch.tv/Gryphi. I haven't been streaming as much this month because actually TwitchCon is this month in Las Vegas. So I've been doing some pre-recording so I can be uploading videos while I am gone. So if you are going to be at TwitchCon, I would love to say hi. It'd be so nice to meet some of you. But because of that, I haven't been streaming quite as much. And I'm very excited about it, but I'm also really stressed because I have so much pre-recording to do. So you'll probably hear a little bit about that in upcoming videos, or maybe videos from before this, because I don't know what order I'm uploading anything in yet. But that is a thing that's happening right now, is lots of pre-recording for going to Las Vegas and seeing a bunch of my Sims friends and meeting some of y'all. I'm very excited about it. But this kitchen is coming together now, just getting a plant over in the corner and changing out our trash can. I also really love that like gallery wall I made of a bunch of different art pieces. I think it is so pretty. But we should be moving on over to decorate the desk now. I, of course, already have the backsplash that I wanted in this area. We have the beautiful lights, some books, and we're picking out a PC. I don't know why I have so much trouble picking out which PC to put in a space. I felt like a laptop or something more minimal would look nice here, so I ended up going with this sort of futuristic looking computer that is see-through on the top. I believe that's from Get to Work, and then I just got a couple of pieces of artwork up here as well as a clock, and we're gonna get a plant. I wanted to call it a stick. It's basically just a couple of stems that have very small buds on them. And then I'm grabbing a table to put in the corner of these couches. This one's actually from Jungle Adventure. I think it's really pretty. I had a lot of fun mixing brown swatches in this apartment. Like, none of the wood tones match. Well, I mean, some of them do. But I'm using a bunch of different wood tones, and I think it looks super cozy that way. I also decided to add even more pillows to these couches that already had pillows on them, because oh goodness, what is it called? The Modern Luxe kit. I wanted to say Decor to the Max, even though that is so not the right kit. But the Modern Luxe kit gave us some cushions, so I decided to put some extra ones on the couch. I also got, this is the other like nod to autumn, is I have that basket of blankets and cushions in the corner, and one of the cushions has a pumpkin on it. And then everything else is just lots of like browns and oranges and just like cozy colors. We have some green in here as well. And I thought it would be super cozy to put a bunch of books around so you can like curl up on the sofa and read. I love the idea of that. So I put a couple of stacks of these around, as well as this little shelf or stool. It's from Jungle Adventure as well, and it technically functions as a chair. So your Sims might sit on that, which is a little bit dangerous because I put a candle on it, but I decided it looked nice as a side table. That's usually how I use that stool. I don't technically very often use it as a seat for your Sims, so that's how I think of it. And then I decided to go with this bed from high school years as the bed in this space. Something about the colors just felt correct. I don't know if it's overly autumn, but this whole apartment is supposed to be like cozy autumn vibes without being too over the top. And these are those pumpkins I had mentioned earlier on in the video that I put in here to really bring in that idea. And of course, because I had the idea of having somebody who likes to read, I wanted to include some bookcases. So I was trying to figure out how to include those over here in the bedroom space. And I love what I did. So this wall has bookcases basically on the whole wall, but they wrap over the top. I'm going to have them continue, and I'm going to have a dresser over here that is kind of like within the bookcases. You can kind of see what I mean right now. I think it looks so cool. And then I'm going to be grabbing a mirror from Growing Together, I'm pretty sure, and rotating it with the tool mod so that it fits in here better. And I just think it looks so nice, especially in the brown tone that I picked. And we painted that back wall as well. And of course, getting some hanging plants because I can't help myself. This one particular hanging plant is in almost every single build that I ever create because it is so beautiful. It's perfect. It fits in every corner. and it makes it feel like the space is complete and cozy. And since I was going for really cozy vibes in this apartment, I thought it was only right. I also added this really cool tapestry up above the bed, once again from Jungle Adventure. That's a really good game pack. If you're thinking about getting a game pack at some point, I do really like Jungle Adventure. The gameplay is fun. The build and buy is very, very nice. I use it all of the time. And it's got a cute little world. I don't build there very often. Every once in a while I do because it is a vacation world, so your Sims can't live there. But it is a really pretty one, so if that is something that intrigues you, I would say the build and buy is definitely worth it. But anyway, I am getting another one of those little stools next to the bed so I could put a little lamp up here just to have something next to the bed. I like to have some sort of bedside table and just moving things around with tool, getting a little rug over here in a very similar swatch. And then we are moving into the bathroom. I'm using the shower from Seasons, and I'm trying to think, is the bathtub I used also from Seasons? It might be. I think these are so, so pretty, and I don't use like separate shower and bathtubs very often in my bathrooms. I'll either use a shower tub combo or I will use just a standing shower. So I thought it was a nice change of pace in this particular bathroom. And I love how the colors came out in here. I have a lot of black and brown kind of mixed together in here. I ended up using this modern sink from the Growing Together pack and getting some mirrors up above it. I just think this room came out really pretty in the end, and I'm not usually that proud of my bathrooms, but I think this one came out really nice. Let me know what you think about that. I know bathrooms are sometimes a really difficult thing to decorate in The Sims. I feel like a lot of us don't really like decorating them, so it's sometimes difficult to come up with different concepts on how to decorate them, but I'm kind of proud of this one. Let me know what you think of it. But this should be the last room we are decorating before we head on into screenshots. Just getting some towels and a little rug, and then I do change the door, like the archway into this hallway into a different door so that it's not so open and kind of looks like that's the front door to the space instead. I just thought it looked better. But with that, we are heading on into screenshots. I really hope you enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more, and click that bell to be notified when I upload. Thank you so very much for watching and enjoy those screenshots. Bye everyone.